Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your mid-month Love Connection readings for August. We're already at mid-month, and I'm getting them out little by little. I want to have them all out by mid-month, which would be Monday, legitimately, because there's 31 days in August. September hath 30. I remember that poem well. But anyway, I'm digressing. So we are on the beautiful featured sign today as I go around the astrology wheel for the second time. So every single person on the astrology, every single sign gets 2 readings per month. If you have not seen your reading for the beginning of the month, do yourself a favor. Just check that out. You can compare notes and see how things have transpired, if there's a lot of similarities to what the reading and messages were for you. And so we have wonderful, fiery, love and passionate filled Leo. We're in Leo season. We're in Leo season for another week until it goes into Virgo. And we have 3 major inner planets, we like to call them. Mars, fiery, aggressive and strength and power and energetic Mars is in Virgo. Mercury just went into Virgo last couple, 3 days. Mind, the ruling planet of Virgo. Clarity, expansion on ideas and community and helping and researching and building upon and clarity and detail comes to mind for Virgo. And then Venus, the planet of love, Venetian, beautiful, feminine, magical. Anytime you have Venus in your sign, it affects you in ways that you can very clearly notice. You feel better, you look better. You want to change the way you look. You want to change the way you take care of yourself and others. There's love that just seems to be a main attraction in your mind and in your life, whether it's actually happening or you're thinking about it. And so Virgo is going to affect all of us in the ways of practicality and down-to-earth ways to approach it, sincerity, authenticity, the natural way to go about it. Patience comes to mind, and also longevity whenever you have an earth sign. So there you are, Leo. You have your season. Happy birthday if today happens to be your birthday. And there's a lot of parties and a lot of celebrating, and it is summer, and I'm sure a lot of you have said, that's it. I'm taking time off for me because it's been crazy and we can get out and do more things. And that's what you're about. You love to be social. You love to be extravagant and to just, be very generous with people, sometimes to a fault. And you have a lot of friends on all different categories of life and signs and so forth. So I hope it's been amazing and it will continue to be for you. And that this Virgo, that's a new one, Virgo energy, which works really well with you. I've known and seen many compatible relationships with Leo and Virgo because it's the sign right next to you. So you're always kind of feeling through osmosis their energy. It helps ground you. All of us need to be grounded at times. And it's a very, like I said, it's also a sign that's very compatible with you in your idea of being steadfast. You are a fixed sign, Leo, so you like things your way. You don't really like to go with the flow. You definitely like to be an individualist. I know this about Leos. I've known this as long as I've known them, and it does say that in many books I've read that, yeah, you don't want to conform, and yet you'll stick to the program and you'll do what has to be done until it's done, and you do it extremely well, and you're very versatile. Like, you could do many different things. You do cater to being seen maybe in a leadership position, obviously, or in acting. On stage, like the world is your stage, right, Leo? Either gender, of course. So we're going to pick your highlighted connection. I am making my readings shorter. I keep saying that, and it's kind of working that way, but every day it has to be that way because I'm working way more, and I want to get these readings out to you nonetheless. And so your highlighted connection that Spirit wants you to know about for today is that of Aries. Yes, and yesterday, what was it? It was, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is Aries is an amazing combination for you. So you're both fire signs. You both have that fundamental interest in getting things going. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, also a leader. Yeah, you might clash a little bit at times, but you both love and appreciate each other, and your fiery, spirited energy of strength and courage and determination. And well, Aries is not a fixed sign. Aries is a cardinal sign. The first sign of the zodiac, representing the first beginning of the year, basically, and initiating spring. So a lot of firsts. You know, Aries don't know anything other than being leaders, and they're like a child. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen, man. I'm going for it. I'm fully in. And you always feel that, you know, you feel their confidence. You appreciate that because you too are confident and courageous and willing to take those risks. And that's a beautiful, wonderful combination for any kind of love connection. As I always say, it does not have to be romantic. If it is, it's pretty powerfully passionate and physically attracting for each other as well. I might add that. But I am going to tell you that other than that, I don't know, we had the new moon in your sign too, Leo, and that's just keeps on ticking because that was just I think it was last Friday. I'm sorry, it was last Sunday. So we're not quite even a week into it. And it'll last, the new moon and the intentions you have and the new vitality coming through, working specifically and solely for you in your sign, being the sun-ruled, you know, sign that you are, full of vitality, ego, you know, energy, despair. It's just all there for you in any way you choose to utilize it. Always free will. These are not predictive messages, they're guidance, and they're offering you information of possibilities. And sometimes you resonate immediately and sometimes not at all. Hopefully the first will be your situation. You can always let me know. I would love to share and comment and respond and interact with you, which is a good portion of why I do my readings. But going right along, I have the 4 category messages now I'm going to read for you and this highlighted connection. Remember, if you are not associated in your mind that you know of, which would be very rare, with an Aries in particular, whether it's family, friend, animal, you know, foe, not necessarily foe, that you could mend the fences with. That's right, it could be that. And I think a lot of times fire signs don't like to hold grudges. They get mad, they get furious, they blow up, you know, they're fire, they're very, you know, real, and they're just like, this is how I feel, and then it's done. And that's beautiful. So I would imagine you do have the capability over other signs. And maybe if you do not know this Aries, it could be just, you have Aries in your chart. So you have double fire or triple fire, you know, there's so much more to us than our sun sign. Or you are going to meet this particular Aries. Or just like I said, the energy is there. It's the beginning, it's the newness, it's the starting over, it's the transformation once again. If I say that again, I don't know, if I had a nickel for every time I knew and felt that for this year, I'd be kind of wealthy right now. So first category out of the 4 is always the overall energy bringing you to this reading today. And so for you, beautiful Leo, and your highlighted connection of Aries, and every one of your connections, okay? And I want to make that very clear. I don't think I ever have. This is a highlighted one that could be very possibly a part of what you want to know about, but it's also for all of your relationships, okay? And you have the world. My goodness, there you go. Talk about transformation, the portal to whatever and whatever dream, whatever move, whatever, you know, country you want to visit. Traveling, of course, comes into mind. Have you decided finally, after 1.5 years of not being able to be out and about, which has really hit a lot of fire signs more than other signs you can imagine? Even if it was just imagining it, it's really coming to the forefront. You are definitely realizing there's no time like the present, and you're putting forth that energy with yourself, with this Aries, with other friends, with a significant other, and you're going to make some changes. You're going to plan those times and just block yourself out. If you're not already doing it at the moment we're speaking of this card, it's all about that and the changes you can make and the new you, the reinventing. This is something that I think a lot of Leos like to do. I mean, you're steadfast in a lot of ways, and change is not great with you, but when you make it, that's a whole different story. So this is amazing. This is having the world in your hand, you know, and happens to be that there's all the 4 fixed signs, which you are a part of, very much in your energy that way. And just feeling really vindicated. You know, you just turned a new age, whatever it may be, whatever cycle or, you know, season it is in your life. It's imperative that you feel really good moving into it and remembering that the past is the past. It's all about this moment and moving forward. And that's what you have with the world. That is the portal for you to step into. Love that. And it's a major arcana. Second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles, you know. And, you know, I've always said it before, but it bears repeating. A lot of our obstacles become our blessings. Boy, is that ever true. And I would never have thought that I would say that about some of them. But I see in hindsight, which is 50-50, right? Or is it 2020? Anyway, it's 2020. I'm sorry. My vision's not good to begin with. I use my internal vision most of the time, luckily. But yeah, and looking back, you're like, yep, that was one of the best things that happened to me, even though it hurt or it was really difficult and challenging. But you got through it. You're here. So your possible blessings or obstacles is the Four of Pentacles. I can't tell you how many times this has come up. This is the coins. This is the earth element. This is the Virgos and the Tauruses and the Capricorns. And it is a sign that says you really wanted to keep things close to your, you know, to the, what is the term? Well, you're definitely keeping things close to your heart, okay? And not necessarily exposing ideas, thoughts, things that may generate money, things that could really, really create a good amount of wealth. You know, we have to be careful because when you're open and jovial and sociable like you might say something that you would think would be perfectly okay, and then that very thing that you wanted to just preserve and start and, you know, create your security for in your future or present, whatever, is now been taken and utilized, and, you know, that's a part of life. But also it's about, keeping things close to your chest is the expression. Yeah, just kind of be sure that you're aware during your parties, a little drink or something, what you're saying, okay? It's simple. Who are you saying it to? You know, I mean, I could use that advice very well. And also it's about your money. It's like you're doing well. You've got the four coins, you know, the world and the crown coin. You've got the one right here at your chest and your heart. You know you're secure. You're extremely grateful for that because it's been a hard time for a lot of people, right? And you've got the ones you're standing on and you've got that security. You don't want to lose that. You're not ready to just invest without thinking really carefully, which of course you would do. But sometimes we get those temptations and we hear it from a friend or we do this. So once again, inner guidance, always following that. Overall, for stability, you want to keep that stability for now. You're not interested in over-investing. You're not interested in being, which is really weird to say for a Leo, but it is that Virgo energy coming through for you to help you, okay? Not to mention there's the Saturn energy with Aquarius, extremely good for you because Aquarius is air, and air and fire work very well together as far as elements. And that's keeping you from going crazy too. Even though you have these extreme and, you know, I would say almost eccentric, you know, ideas and about wanting to build and do all this amazing stuff, you know, that's how you are. Everything you do is big, right? But that's been curtailed a bit. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think you're being very sensible. That will be your blessing. Okay, so bear that in mind. The third category is that of finances. So yes, it could absolutely pertain to finances, but it's about the personal possessions of things, people. You do want to keep close to you and not necessarily go crazy thinking, you know, in this case, less is more. We'll leave it at that. So the financial considerations for you and messages coming through the tarot, which by the way, I'm using the beautiful Art Nouveau tarot, and I thought of you because we're in Leo season, and it's sparkly and gold on every single card, and it's all about the sun and shining our light and being seen, you know, and standing tall and proud like the king of the forest, right? Or the queen. Your financial picture is amazing. It is the beautiful major arcana, the Chariot. So you are on top of your game. You are mastering. This is not only your work, your relationships, you know, this is your inner self, and that has to happen first anyway. We all know this as we age and begin to realize through the trials and tribulations and experiences and challenges of life, which is what the two sphinxes in front, the black and white. There's going to be the rocky roads, you know, they're going to be there. They're going to always challenge us to move forward and to decide, is it worth it? And if it is, then by all means, make it happen. Keep going. Don't give up. And you didn't, and you haven't, and you won't. You're way too proud, I should say. And you're not a quitter, and that's something out of your control, i.e. last year. You're moving, you're shaking, you've got the World and the Chariot. Okay, this really indicates movement, if not travel, just like from one home to another. I know the sound of that probably is not necessarily pleasant. I don't mean this moment, but it could happen in the next couple of years. It's a very huge time for migrating for many, many people for many reasons. But this is beautiful. This is the sign of Cancer. This is your emotions, your deepest part of you, your heart. You are a very, very passionate sign and spirit, and you got the new moons right on you, boy. You got that new moon you just created for everybody. Thank you for that. I love this time of year. I love the motivation and the energy that seems to come out of nowhere, but it's because of you. You're going to keep it going. You're in charge. You are in charge of your vehicle. Maybe you're getting a new vehicle. Always does have an element of truth to it when you get the Chariot as well. But looking into it and not going crazy, not getting the latest, best, newest, what have you, but considerations and things, right? You got this. You will handle it. You are on top of it, which is something you always want to know and be anyway. I love that for your finances, okay? You know how to handle it. You're very good with it. And you'll ask for help if you need to, right? Movement is very much a part of your life, though, I must say. There's definitely movement changes. You may decide to get away, like I said, but I also feel like it's a big, big change, a big move, maybe to a distant area that nobody would have ever imagined you doing. It's a certain percentage of you, I can tell you that. That's a very clear indicated message. The final category I added, though, for everybody is the surprises and wishes category. How sometimes those surprises are so great. Happy birthday! Wow, a surprise party for me. I had no idea, even though I planned it. Just kidding. And wishes definitely enter into that too. But sometimes surprises come out of nowhere. With a lot of the Iranian energy that's very much part of this year and next year, it's unexpected surprises that can just jolt you into one situation to another, i.e. the world. Absolutely, just as an epiphany, ideas, inspirations that just catapult you from one portion of life to the next, like that fast. People coming in, people leaving. That's all about Uranus, okay? And it can be exciting and fun, but it can also be just very, very it'll make you take a step back for a moment, and then you can just take it all in. But your wishes and surprise category is the 7 of Cups. Okay, so boy, is that perfect. Another water element sign. So it tells me, as I know about Leos, and as much as you may try to act like, oh no, I'm tough and rough, and you are, but you're also extremely, like I said, heart-centered and very, very emotional and passionate, and that's how you do everything. And the 7 of Cups is offering you a lot of options, because that's what you create, that's what you enjoy. You like to be lively, there are Leos that like to be at home, I get that. Even if you're retired, you still want to keep busy. You could do the 5,000, 50,000 piece puzzle and feel enlightened and invigorated and excited about it. You know what I mean? It's to each his own, but this is knowing there's a lot of options. There always will be. Just be careful on the options you're thinking and not going too crazy. Once again, less is more with the 4 of Pentacles. More energy directed in 1 or 2 avenues is far better as far as energy goes. And you're not as scattered. And that's important right now. That is the detail aspect of Virgo. Once again, very much an influence for you that you can utilize in the best of ways. But be prepared for opportunities and offerings of surprising, unexpected ways, okay? I love this. This can be amazingly beautiful. And the ones you've been thinking about or wishing about for a long time, that may make you move somewhere. And you're like, yes, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this opportunity. I don't know what's happening from one moment to the next. Nobody really does. What a wonderful, beautiful reading of movement, activity, excitement, some conservative aspects, keeping you on track, but a lot of possibilities and opportunities, fun, hopefully vacations, great parties and celebrations. It's fantastic, Leo. And Aries, you know, and I hope that that's the two of you are just drumming up something like that's going to just be, everyone gets to hear about. How's that? And we'll be able to say, I knew them when. So I'm going to finish your beautiful reading though today, and just to let you know I appreciate your being here at all, and if you're interested in subscribing or liking and supporting my channel, I love you for that and appreciate the ones that have and that are following me. And I'll always be here, you know, as long as I possibly can. The format will no doubt change and things and ideas. You may not even see me on it. I may just do the hand thing that everyone does. But as a massage therapist, I don't really do the polishing and all that. I like to just keep them clean and short. But regardless, I have your oracle this month for the latter part of the August month. That is the wisdom of the hidden realms. There's so much happening at all times that we do see, but there's even more sometimes we don't. We feel it though, we understand it just because we are all one and connected to our source or our higher power and so forth, whatever you believe in. And these messages are beautiful. So for you specifically, beautiful, beautiful Leo, vibrant, generous, passionate Leo. This one, fella, you have the Desert Prince. I'll be darned. Let's put on the glasses and I'll read a little further for you. I don't remember this one. It's number 19, 9 and 1. You take away the 9, it's 1 again. Starting over, starting that new cycle. How perfect is that? Survival, false promises. Okay, now when I see that, I think of a lot of options, right? A lot of options. So picking the right one, knowing which one feels right for you, sitting with it and thinking about it, not going overboard and going out of your way to over invest in something unless you really, really know. And just being patient, okay? Take on that beautiful Virgo energy that's surrounding you and bringing in possibilities that are endless, but just because we took a little extra time. So let me read to you what it says specifically. And I love this. I love all of my decks, and I actually got a new one. I'm going to bring that out for September, but I'm still trying to figure out. It's very nice, but I'll describe that a little more later. So 19. Almost had it. Here we go. When you stumble upon the Desert Prince, you receive a gift. The plant life that exists in the desert environment is well defended, tough, and succulent, even though it gets little or no water, which is very conducive for this time with the drought of California, right? Which is where I'm located. In spite of external conditions, extraordinary life can form and thrive. Be tough, have courage like you do, and dare to dream no matter what the circumstances. It may seem a hard time, but not only will it change, not only will you survive, you will thrive. Of course you will, Leo. In spite of conditions, you'll succeed. Dry spells are also true tests of faith and courage. This is so perfect for you. Expect nothing less than what is your most precious dreams and watch miracles manifest. Wow. Well, that just tells me is financially, you know, you are the chariot. You are the master. You are creating your life. You're creating your dreams, which leads me to the segue of the wonderful last oracle called the Super Attractor Manifestation Deck, where we attract and manifest into our life exactly what we want because we feel it, and your heart center is so strong and you're so passionate. You create so many things in your life. We all do, but you like what you create a lot of times because you knew you were doing it and you felt it with every cell of your body. So in closing, beautiful Leos, for the latter part readings of August, your wonderful message, and I like to call it an affirmation or mantra. You can say it over and over and over and change the energy and create your manifestation even faster, is, it's right there. It's the green in the heart chakra. There you are. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. And that's it. It's about that. It's definitely trust, but it's definitely cultivating a spiritual connection. That's beautiful. It's big. It's extravagant like you, but it's real, and you've got this. And I wish you an amazing rest of the month and rest of your birthday season with lots of beautiful, wonderful surprises and wonderful times for memories you can hold on to for the rest of your life. And keep that heart center open, okay? Because miracles are coming your way. You get to pick them. Thank you for your time again, and until September reading, take care. Bye for now.